This afternoon, European aviation officials grounded all Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 9 passenger flights following Sunday's deadly plane crash in Ethiopia. It was the second 737 MAX to crash in just 5 months. Mola Lenghi's live at Reagan National Airport with mounting pressure for U.S. aviation officials to keep those same planes on the ground here. Mola?
Well, yeah, good evening, Alan. As you mentioned, as momentum gains across the globe, here in Washington, the pressure is mounting to ground these Boeing MAX jets. The FAA says while they continue to investigate and wait on the results of their investigation, based on what they know right now, the jets are safe. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are calling for the grounding of all Boeing 737 MAX passenger flights following Sunday's deadly plane crash in Ethiopia.
These planes are accidents waiting to happen.
It makes sense to ground an aircraft that's been involved in 2 very tragic accidents in only 6 months.
Singapore joined a growing number of countries, including Britain and Germany, that have either grounded the MAX jets or banned them from their airspace until the crash investigation is complete. But in the U.S., Southwest and American Airlines are still operating their 737 MAX 8 fleets, and United Airlines is continuing to operate the longer 737 MAX 9. The FAA says it does not have enough data from Sunday's crash to take action yet, but will if the investigation indicates the need to do so. And in a statement Tuesday, Boeing said, "We have full confidence in the safety of the MAX, and based on the information currently available, we do not have any basis to issue new guidance to operators." Passengers we spoke to here at Reagan National Airport say they have mixed feelings about flying the MAX.
I am concerned, but I feel like you're scared every day, even when you're living, so you kind of just have to do it and hope for the best.
I don't think there's any reason to be paranoid. Isn't it more dangerous to go out there and drive your car?
Lawmakers say passengers who don't want to fly on a MAX should be able to switch flights free of charge. Well, the couple of interesting notes here, Alan. The Flight Attendants Union, representing domestic flight attendants here in the United States, is urging for the grounding of all MAX jets. Meanwhile, pilots' unions from airlines such as American Airlines, Southwest Airlines, as well as United Airlines, they are all standing behind the aircraft. Alan?
Interesting perspective. Mola, thanks so much. At least 3 of the victims of the Ethiopia crash had ties to Northern California. Melvin and Bennett Riffle were from Redding. Those brothers were on vacation traveling through Africa. And Musioki worked for a Bay Area tech company. And today, some of the relatives of the 157 victims arrived at the crash site to mourn the loss of their loved ones. Piles of clothing and debris leave them searching for answers. The victims came from 35 countries. The UN lost 21 staff members traveling to a conference. U.S. Army Captain Antoine Lewis was also on board. The newly married father was serving as a missionary in Africa.
I will say that plane went down with him doing what he wanted to do most.
Crews at the crash site are working to identify remains and then return them to families. That process is expected to take weeks.